Fiona and Steve, you're about to take the next step in an adventure which began 5 years ago. You have become an integral part of each other's lives. You have created a lovely home together and become part of one another's families. Marriage joins two people who trust in the love they have found. It is a partnership in which each can continue to grow and be your true selves while sharing in the development of each other.
On to the most important thank you, and I'll try and hold it together this time. Fiona. I want to thank you for being such a loving and caring partner, and for making me happy since the day I met you, and for choosing me over your childhood sweetheart, Peter Andre.
That's true.
We share a love for travel, passion for adventure, and I feel incredibly lucky to have met you when I did.
Fiona and Steve met at a works Christmas party at the office they shared on the 13th of December 2013. Fiona said she remembers approaching Steve and making the first move to start conversation. Steve told me he instantly liked Fiona when they first met. She was easy to talk to and we had loads to chat about.
Now, as you heard earlier during the ceremony, Fiona and I met at a Christmas get-together, but there's something about that day I've never told anyone before, not even Fiona. And that's, as we were standing there, deeply immersed in conversation, me totally surprised that Fiona was showing so much interest. I said to myself, I'm going to marry this girl. Now, depending which way you look at it, that's either mildly romantic or a little bit creepy. Either way, I wish my predictions were as good with the lottery numbers.
Steve asked Fiona's dad, Jim, for his permission quite a bit before he popped the question. In fact, he asked Jim while they were taking a fridge freezer to the skip. Steve said to Jim, "I've got something to ask you." And Jim replied, "I think I know what you're going to ask." And with Jim's blessing, Steve asked Fiona to marry him during a rainy walk on the Burnavat near Aboyne on Saturday 11th of November last year. And of course, she said yes.
Fiona, this is the moment you will probably dread as I stand here with the microphone and you wonder what's Dad going to say next. Well, you will be pleased to know I'm not going to embarrass you much. But seriously, I would also just like to mention you have given your mum and I great pleasure throughout our lives and provided us with many hilarious stories with your lively daily encounters. As you know, Fiona and Steve are well matched as they are the outdoors adventurous type and have completed some extraordinary achievements, such as skydiving and scuba diving and trekking through Asia, to name but a few. However, Steve now takes on a different sort of responsibility, just as Fiona does. And I look forward to seeing that hopefully flourish in the years to come. Well, it's an honour today to stand here and say I'm so proud to have walked you down the aisle and present you to Steve. I'm sure you will both cherish this day and look forward to a fabulous future together as husband and wife. So this brings me to my final duty and great privilege to propose a toast to our daughter and new son-in-law, Fiona and Steve.
Steve, please say your vows to Fiona and repeat after me. Would you like to hold our hands, ready? I, Stephen Archibald.
I, Stephen Archibald.
accept you, Fiona Welsh,
accept you, Fiona Welsh,
in marriage
in marriage
as my wife,
as my wife,
and place the ring gently on her finger. There we go. Perfect. Now, would you like to hold hands and stare into each other's eyes? Do you, Steve, promise to be the best partner you can be, support and love Fiona through happy and difficult times, to respect and care for her, and bring fun and laughter into your lives?
I do.
Fiona, please say your vows to Steve and repeat after me. I, Fiona Welsh,
I, Fiona Welsh,
accept you, Stephen Archibald,
accept you, Stephen Archibald,
in marriage
in marriage
as my husband,
as my husband,
and place the ring gently on his finger. Would you like to hold hands once again? These eyes. Do you, Fiona, promise to be the best partner you can be, support and love Steve through happy and difficult times, to respect and care for him, and bring fun and laughter into your lives?
I do.
Steve and Fiona, you have chosen to marry and have pledged your love, respect and commitment for each other. You have promised to stand by each other whatever your lives together may bring. And following the declarations made before me and in the presence of these witnesses and guests, it gives me great pleasure, Steve and Fiona, to declare you legally married and pronounce you husband and wife. Steve, you may kiss your new wife.
Fiona, you look absolutely stunning today. I was genuinely blown away. And I can't quite believe you're now my wife. We've shared lots of adventures, and I look forward to many more. I can't imagine life without you, and I've known for some time that I've met the one and only person I want to spend the rest of my life with. On behalf of my wife and I, I'd like to start by thanking everybody here today for sharing our very special day with us, and thanking you for your gifts and generosity. We really, really do appreciate it. You know, Jim said to me a few weeks ago that it would be the best day of my life, and he was right. The stag do was absolutely amazing. When Fiona and I first started planning this wedding, when Fiona first started planning this wedding, which was basically about 3.5 minutes after we got engaged, we were trying to come up with a theme for the big day. And Fiona, being the big Disney fan that she is, suggested Beauty and the Beast. Not quite what I was expecting, but thankfully she soon went off that idea. It is fair to say though that Fiona's done 99% of the planning to make the day happen, and me about 1%, and she's done a cracking job. But come to think of it, I did book the band, so that's quite an important part of the day, so it was really more like 50-50.
I must confess that I am truly honoured to be standing here today. Last year, Steve and I had arranged to have some dinner and a catch-up in the Westel Inn, I still call it that. And during this time, Steve asked me if I'd be his best man. Without hesitation, I said yes. You don't meet too many true friends in life, but Steve is certainly one of mine. I'm so happy for Steve that he has met the love of his life, and the two of them will certainly make a great couple. I hope that today is the start of a long and prosperous marriage full of joy and happiness for you both. Steve, you have married a beautiful and smart woman. And Fiona, you have married one of the best guys I know. I'm sure everyone will agree that you're a perfect match for each other. And I know it's already been done, but I think it's only right to finish this speech with another toast. So if everyone could just raise their glasses once again and say a huge congratulations to the newly Mr. and Mrs. Archibald.
When the one whose hand you're holding is the one who holds your heart. When the one whose eyes you gaze into give your hopes and dreams their start. When the one whom you believe in puts their faith and trust in you, you found the one and only love you'll share your whole life through.
A marriage is a promise to a hearts be glad to mak. A promise to be tender, to help, to gie and tak. A marriage is a promise to share a life together, filled with love, and meant to be kept like yon forever.